Hi there, it's Mr. Clark. Welcome to lesson 5.1.3 on inverting seventh chords. So, the same way that we inverted triads, we're going to invert seventh chords. It's exactly the same idea. So, root position, the root's on the bottom. Doesn't matter what the upper voices are doing, so this is root, third, fifth. So this is in closed position, and it can also be in open position, where you move that F and the A up an octave, still in root position because the root's still on the bottom. First inversion, third is on the bottom, same as triad. Second inversion, fifth is on the bottom, same as triad. So what happens if the seventh is on the bottom? What do you think? First, second, third inversion, because you've inverted it now 3 times. Great, amazing. In terms of the figured bass symbols, in closed position, they have these characteristic shapes that you should memorize. If they're in open position, then, whatever. That is what it is. You'll have to spend some time thinking about it. But based on these shapes, you can immediately tell what inversion something is in. Root position doesn't have any seconds. First inversion has the second at the top. Second inversion has the second in the middle. Third inversion has that second right at the bottom. As a keyboard player, these shapes are immediately recognizable, and I can just play them without looking because you practice that, and there's a literal feel to how they feel. If you're not a keyboard player, or perhaps a guitar player, might be the same sort of thing with chord shapes up and down the fretboard rather. Then you're just gonna have to rely on the visual recognition side of things. In terms of the figured bass, here you obviously have a third, a fifth, and a seventh above the root. We assume there's going to be a third. We assume there's going to be a fifth, so all we write is 7, and that just means a root position 7th chord. First inversion, so you have a 6th above the bass, a 5th, and a 3rd. Again, we assume a 3rd, and we would assume a 5th, but 6 is already taken by a first inversion triad. So that would be this friend. So to indicate that there is a 7th as well, we have that 5 as our abbreviated version. Here, you have a 6, a 4, and a 3rd. So 6-4 is already taken. That's our second inversion triad. There's no reason to write 6-4-3. That's unwieldy. This is the only triad or 7th chord that has a 4th and a 3rd. So that's why we say it has a 4th and a 3rd. Finally, third inversion has a 6, 4, and 2. For similar reasoning, 6-4 is already taken, so we get rid of the 6 and we say just 4-2, because this is the only inversion of a triad or 7th chord that has just a 4th and a 2nd, that has both a 4th and a 2nd above the root. So in terms of things to memorize here, you should be really familiar with what these chord shapes look like, and then know the figured bass for them as well. So go ahead, practice inverting some 7th chords, and I'll see you back here next time.